All right, let's talk about Ed Gein, Charlie Hunnam, Ryan Murphy production. Y'all did it again, and I could not sleep on this one.
Welcome to the Asia Esterak Hour, where film meets conspiracy and pop culture gets a reality check. From sharp recaps to sci-fi theories and media deep dives, Asia Esterak serves it unfiltered. Let the binge begin.
All right, welcome back to the Asia Esterak Hour. All right, I wasn't gonna do like a review for each episode of the third season of Monster, the Ed Gein story, but I finished it last night. It's about 8 episodes on Netflix. First of all, this is Charlie Hunnam's best performance. He put his motherfucking ass, foot, toes, the whole nine. Bra and underwear, baby did it. He turned that bitch out. Um, he was just so scary with his voice. Oh my God, I almost didn't recognize him. Yo, Charlie Hunnam, honey, I've been a fan of Charlie. Sorry, my alarm cut off. So anyway, I've been a fan of Charlie Hunnam since the original Queer as Folk from England, like early 2000s, 99. Great show. Um, I've watched his career progress. He went from that to he did an American television show, which is a show that was one of my favorite. It's one of the only times I've ever really liked Kevin Hart. It was a show called Undeclared by Judd Apatow. It had 1 season and it was canceled. Great show. Jay Baruchel was a star. Seth Rogen, Charlie Hunnam. Great show. After that, he did Green Street Hooligans, Nicholas Nickleby. His biggest claim to fame here in America, it would be Sons of Anarchy. Great show. Let me tell you about his performance as Ed Gein. I'm trying not to light my eyes. Charlie Hunnam. So when they first cast him as Ed Gein, I was like, I'm so sick of them glorifying serial killers, even though I love reading and I'm fascinated by serial killers. I wasn't sure at first with Charlie Hunnam as Ed Gein, but he looked like him. He sounded like him. Baby consumed him. If you don't know who Ed Gein is, he's the inspiration for Norman Bates for the movie Psycho, the show The Bates Motel, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Silence of the Lambs. The Buffalo Bill character is loosely based on him. So, all that being said, watching his story, his origin story, and seeing how he inspired others to create Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Silence of the Lambs, terrifying. We've never seen a film where it's Ed Gein as himself. What I gathered from this show is that he, to me, might be the most terrifying of all the serial killers. They're all terrifying. But my thing is, homeboy was walking around free as a bird, cutting bitches up, making fucking suits and masks and shit, and nobody knew what was going on at the house. And it further lets you know how serious schizophrenia is. They said he had a schizophrenic disorder. He had a couple things, necrophilia, gynophilia. I had to look that up. Gynophilia is when you want to basically consume a woman from the inside out. The irony that he would have been considered transsexual or transvestite, which a lot of people don't know this, because sexuality is a spectrum, y'all. You better get with it. Transsexuals, transvestites, I don't think they even use that term anymore. Maybe they do, I don't know. Correct me in the comments. But those are usually men that dress up like women. They're still attracted to women, but they like feeling close to him. Homeboy liked to wear bra and panties. He had a weird, dark sexual desire, had a weird obsession with his mother. Mom was crazy. Why is it always the mom that gets stuff kicking? Mom, psycho, religious, women are whores, they're evil, you shouldn't lay with them. Just, a recipe for a serial killer. There's rumors that he killed his brother. I would say that he did. They can never prove that. I think he was, because the brother was clearly the favorite of the mom, even though she would rag on him too. It's so obvious that Ed Gein was a little touched, but people, because of that, dismissed him and marked him as harmless. And then you get in that house and holy God. Um, Fantastic job. Lori is the mom. Baby, bring her award to the house. She was amazing. Creepy as hell. The the actress that played Ed Gein's friend Adeline, fantastic. Girl, I don't know who you are. You were amazing. I'll look you up afterwards. This is an impromptu review as I drive to work. Um Show was amazing. The fact I love the way they intertwined the pop culture references of what inspired off of his story from Psycho to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love the way they did that. I'm a big cinephile. Psycho is actually one of my favorite films. Alfred Hitchcock's my favorite film director. So to see the perspective from him, the Anthony Perkins. First of all, the actor that played Anthony Perkins, he played Norman Bates in Psycho. That's the actor's name. The actor that played Anthony Perkins, where did y'all find him? God, he was great. He looked just like Anthony Perkins. He had the same mannerisms as Anthony Perkins. Listen, y'all did your big one with this one. The Ed Gein story was fantastic, terrifying. Episode 4, where he babysits the kids, I shit you not, I had a nightmare. I was scared. It takes a lot to scare me. This shit was scary. This shit was scary. Because Homeboy was making suits out of people. Wearing masks and shit in the house, dancing. I want to look like a lady. Oh my God. Any, anyway, I just thought they did an all around amazing job. Charlie Hunnam, baby, I'm proud of you, bro. I don't even know you. I feel like I know you. I've been following your career forever. This was your best performance. Amazing job. Ryan Murphy, you done did it again. You done did it again. You did it again. And I saw at the end that the next story that they're doing is Lizzie Borden. Bring it on. Bring it on. Anyway, if you haven't watched Monster, the Ed Gein story, check it out on Netflix. It's 8 episodes. The shit is dark. If you got kids, make sure they ask dead sleep. Okay? Dead sleep. I'm 44 and I'm still freaked out about episode number 4. That shit with the kids and listen. Anyway, fantastic job. Great performance by everybody. And of course, it relaunched my obsession with the Philias. Dr. Park Dietz, he broke down everybody, Jeffrey Dahmer, all the crazy serial killers. I would have loved to have broken down Ed Gein and actually got to interview him. Fascinating. Charlie Hunnam, baby doll, amazing. Lori as the mom. Oh my God. Anyway, happy Monday, you guys. I'm going to go in here and return some videotapes. Have a great week.